right understanding to help others. Part 13.
Page number 25. Heading: The intention behind work. To serve or earn money. Every work has an intention as to why that work is being done.
Every work always has an intention in the cause part. With which intention has he done the work? Don't they say, "What was your intention? Why did you say this? What was your intention?" There is an intention behind any work.
If a noble intention is decided upon, which means, for example, if one wants to build a hospital with the intention that
This is especially for the doctors. This is certainly considered as an ego hospital, isn't it? So all these are considered doctors of the ego. If one wants to build a hospital with the intention that how can patients attain good health, this is such a nice point of Dada's. What does intention mean? The intention is in the cause part. The effect part is a different thing. The cause part is the intention. What kind of intention should we keep? We should keep a higher intention. Dada describes further what comes under the category of a higher intention.
how can patients attain good health? How can they become happy? How can they experience joy? How can their vitality power increase? If you have decided upon such a noble intention, and if that work is carried out with the sole intent to serve, then what is the byproduction of that? Money, Lakshmi.
Dada says, one gets money for sure. One gets a good amount of money as a byproduct. Read on. Dada says, money is a byproduct.
Therefore, money is a byproduct. Page number 26. Do not consider it the main production. The entire world has made just money its main production, and that is why people do not get the benefit of the byproduction.
Yes, if one opens a factory of rags and then says, my company incurred a loss, I made a mistake, this was bound to happen. If he had considered seva as the main production, then an abundance of money would have come as a byproduct. He wouldn't have had to face any kind of unhappiness. And if he is earning money in this life, then he must have followed spirituality as the main production in his last life, and this is the result of that. Still, if he does not improve, if he considers money as his main production, the money he is getting in this life is a byproduct. But if he spoils his intention within, then in the next life, he will face a lot of trouble in even getting a job. He will face a lot of difficulties. He will incur a loss.
So if you decide solely on the intent to serve, then as a byproduct, even more money will come.
Yes, this is the ultimate goal worth deciding upon, the intention. It is worth revealing these talks to the world. The more these talks get revealed to the world, the more these people will have good intentions. Otherwise, everything is getting spoiled through immoral behavior, corruption, and oppression. People don't know where they are incurring a loss. Therefore, if the improvement is done within, then it will make a lot of difference.
Therefore, if you keep money as a byproduct only, then more money will come. Instead, people are doing this work with the intention to earn money. That is why money does not come.
With the intention to earn money. The intention to earn money means one has verily considered money as the main production. Then what will happen to the byproduct?
That is why I am telling you to set this intention. The constant intent to serve. Then the byproducts will keep coming on its own. Just as a byproduct does not require any effort at all, it does not require any expenses. It is free of cost. Similarly, this money is attained free of cost. Do you want this sort of money, or do you want black money? You don't want black money? Then it's good. The one that you get free of cost is so wonderful.
Gradually, all our Mahatmas have started nurturing this intent. There is no transaction of money in our satsang. They have the intention, I don't want anything at all. They give seva in Dada's work. So obstacles in their worldly life break as a byproduct. And as they must have done the intention in their past life, the obstacles in their worldly life break, and they progress on the path of moksha as well. This is the ultimate thing worth studying. If this can be taught in schools, then people can improve. Otherwise, they say, I have given 2.5 million as a donation to become a doctor. I have given 15 million. If the other person asks, how will you recover it? He recovers it from the patients. So his intention gets spoiled. His intention is, how can I get more money? How can I get more money? Therefore, the money becomes his main intention, which is why he incurs a big loss in the next life. Only if one understands, keep seva as the main intention. The profit may be more or less as a byproduct. Whatever it may be, it is acceptable to us.
Pujyashree, you said that the one who has done spirituality in his past life, he will get money and nice worldly things as a byproduct in this life. I wanted to ask that in foreign countries, people earn a lot of money. But if we observe, they eat non-vegetarian food and they kill animals. So what kind of intention have they done in their past life that they are getting money and they are continuing the violence?
They must have had some kind of morality and honesty. There must be something for sure. Examine it, regardless. They certainly have nice things. They are very straightforward. They don't do deceit or any kind of trickery. They have nice intentions within, and they keep doing good on the outside as well. For instance, if you buy a jacket and you return it after a month, then they will take it back and return your money. Whereas what will our people do? Will they save it and keep it aside?
No.
Some people, in the olden days, I know some people who, if they wanted to make copies of a video, then they would buy a machine. They would make 100 or 200 copies of the video and then return the machine after 3 days, and the poor guy would take it back. Now, this person made 100 to 200 copies, so the owner of that company earned a profit, because they wouldn't give those videos out for free. So our people would misuse the shopkeeper, but the shopkeeper gave the machine with a good intention, and he took it back thinking, if the customer doesn't want it, I will take it back. All these good intentions are considered his religion, his seed, his main production. As a result of that, he will get worldly happiness, peace and prosperity.
Pujyashree, in the book Money, Dada mentions that earning money is never from the use of the intellect, nor is it the fruits of hard labor. Therefore, the people who are wealthy, they are earning money through merit karma, and they are also doing such intents that their money is getting used on the wrong path.
Their next life will spoil.
If one has such an intent, then his merit karma...
He is getting it in this life due to merit karma of the past life. That is referred to as papanubandhi punya. He is enjoying merit karma, but binding demerit karma. We can see that he did this, he did that. He even gives money to charity. He will say, if I give to charity, then I will be able to take that land from him. The deal will be finished. People should be impressed that I am a philanthropist and that he is doing it for the welfare of people. I'll get a good deal, and the mayor is an acquaintance of mine. Dada says, the bad intention will spoil his next life. That thing, one is binding demerit karma and enjoying merit karma. Punyanubandhi punya is considered higher than that. One binds merit karma within and enjoys merit karma on the outside as well. Papanubandhi pap means one is binding demerit karma, he is unhappy, and within he is also making wrong intents. Punyanubandhi pap means one may be facing difficulties on the outside, but he keeps helping others with a good intention in whichever way he possibly can. He will say, if I had 100,000, then I would have given it all. I only have 10,000 right now, so I am giving this much. Therefore, such an intention binds great merit karma.
Jai Sachidanand.
Pujyashree, that girl was asking regarding Australian people. They eat meat, so how come they're so rich? But if you watch on TV, a commercial comes whenever there's a bushfire. The Australian people put their lives at risk to save lives of the public. So that's how merit and demerit karma work.
Yes, correct.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. That is right. Read on. There are many people that we have seen in big hospitals. We meet these radiologists when we go to New York. They have machines worth millions. They arrange for health checkups free of cost every Sunday. People who don't have insurance or have come from India and need to get a checkup done, they keep the clinic open on Sundays and do x-rays, CAT scans, PET scans, and give the report free of cost. They do this one day out of the week. Therefore, they get more profit as a byproduct. People have such intentions of giving charity. They do it for one day out of the week. Some people say, I give dental treatment to people free of cost every Thursday. We have people like that in our organization. They give treatment free of cost every Thursday. Whoever wants to come can come. Many people don't come intentionally thinking, today is Thursday and I don't want to do it free of cost. I want to pay for it. They come on Friday or any other day, but they don't come on Thursday. Therefore, this intention, if one keeps the intention of seva like this, then he will get a good amount of money as a byproduct.
Therefore, decide upon the intent to serve all human beings. Since you opened up a clinic, whatever knowledge and skill you have should be used with the intent to serve others. That should be your only intention.
This is a very big statement. Whatever knowledge and skill you have should be used with the intent to serve others. In the olden days, it was indeed like this. Then gradually, nowadays, lawyers are earning money, doctors are earning money. They utilize their knowledge for earning money. That is why one loses the knowledge in the next life. Actually, it should be like this. The knowledge, one person will say, I will give you 2 mounds of millet. The other person will say, I just need 1 mound of millet. I don't need 2. He will keep only 1 mound so that his necessity is fulfilled. His entire day will pass in doing seva of people. People will provide him vegetables, groceries, and his life will continue like this. In the olden days, it was like that. Knowledge was used only for helping others. Nowadays, knowledge is being used for earning money. And whichever knowledge is used for earning money, veils of ignorance come over it in the next life.
Pujyashree, I have one question. The person who gives knowledge or teaches others, he can be a teacher or a tutor or anyone. He has to fulfill his worldly needs and run his house.
It has been said, and that is correct.
While doing this, he's also doing some good things silently.
Yes, that's okay.
He teaches some students free of cost.
Yes, that is good.
He pays the fees for his students' education. In the next life,
he will certainly get the benefit. He will get a big benefit. It's good. If he is teaching with a good intention,
okay,
my students should progress higher, may all progress further, etc. If he teaches with such an intention, then it is definitely good. But in the current generation, the teacher thinks, whether the student studies or not, I am getting paid. That's it. That is called a wrong intention. It should not be like that. It should be done heartily. When I used to go for repairing machines, I used to keep a good intention, regardless of whether the customer gave me 5,000 or 25,000. I used to compromise with whatever amount I was paid, but I used to do my work perfectly. I used to do the work with the same perfection for the one who gave me 25,000 and the one who gave me 5,000. What benefit did I get from that? By the second, third, or fourth time, I had made an impression such that this person doesn't spoil the work. Therefore, whenever the need would arise again, he would only call me. If he had given less money the first time, then he would pay me more the second time. Ultimately, I didn't let the quality of work decrease from my side. And that is considered as our sincerity. Give the best quality of work. Our intention shouldn't be, how much money will I get? Will it be less or more? Keep the intention. It'll be good if I get it. But if we don't get it, then we shouldn't spoil our intention such as, I will spoil the work. What people tend to do is, they spoil the work. They feel, he is paying me less money, so let me spoil the work. If I can't get it in a straightforward way, I'll get it some other way. That is the wrong way. The law is such that, our sincerity, we may get less money from 10 places, but then we will get such a big amount from 3 places that it'll recover the loss of the 10 places. If we analyze the annual graph, our profit will be increasing every year because one person may have given less, but another may have given more. So overall, we'll be in profit. We should not let our sincerity break. We should not let our intention spoil. This is Dada's very big discovery. And our Mahatmas have gradually come to this step. I will get whatever is in my karmic account of Vyavasthit for my entire life. I don't want to spoil my intent in the work.
As a result of that, you will continue to receive other things free of cost, and you will never be short of money, whereas those who did it to earn money incurred a loss. Yes, of course, since the factory was established just to produce money, then there would be no byproduct at all, would there? This is because money is itself the byproduct, the byproduction. Therefore, you should decide on the main production so that you continue to receive the byproduction free of cost.
If one opens a factory of rags, then what will happen? The entire business will go in a loss. What do you want to ask?
Jai Sachidanand, my question is, when we start our studies in life, we are told to study with the consideration of a certain goal. You should do this to get this kind of result. Whereas Lord Krishna says in the Gita, you are not doing anything, everything is certainly decided. According to your Gnan, I am a pure soul or I am absolute pure soul, and in that I have to prevail in the state of I am not doing anything. That is also correct. Kindly give me the understanding on how to live life. We are not such that we can do anything on our own. The Lord is doing it.
Both are different, relative and real.
If you have some kind of technique for living life, kindly explain what it is and how we can apply it.
Put aside the point that the Lord is doing it. The reality is, we can set an intention behind whatever we are doing. An intention. When we set an intention, what happens is, set an intention behind the work you are doing. We had been taught that we should become a doctor for the purpose of doing seva. That is correct. We should certainly do that. What is your name?
My name is Jyotirvardhan Mehta.
Jyotirvardhan.
Yes, my name is Jyotirvardhan Mehta.
You have to tell file 1, decide nicely that you want to open a hospital for the purpose of doing seva. You have to make file 1 do the intent. Now, that is referred to as a relative intent. Whereas, I am a pure soul, I am a non-doer, that is referred to as the real intent. First of all, separate the relative and the real. If one has not attained this Jnana, then he doesn't know about the real at all. He believes, I am Jyotirvardhan and I certainly have to do it. Then let him do the intent. I want to open a hospital for doing seva. Let him do it with such an intent. If we have attained Jnana, then keep separation. I am a pure soul. Vyavasthit is the doer. And tell file 1, do a nice intent and do the work with the intention of doing seva.
But we are not doing anything at all.
What does the sentence, we are not the doer mean? We are an instrumental doer and not an independent doer. We are there as one of the evidences. File 1's intent, such as I want to go to India, is considered as one of the evidences. Who made you reach there? It is due to time, space, circumstances, and instrumental doers. We should understand, I am not an independent doer. I am only the doer of the intent. When time, space, and circumstances come together, I will reach there.
Whatever work we are doing, in that Lord Krishna himself says, you have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action.
What the Lord is trying to say and what we understand, we need to match the two.
This life which the Lord has given us, it is certainly decided that we have to do this much, and thereafter our life will end.
Let me give you an example. Suppose you are working at a job. Do you do the work for the purpose of getting a salary? Or will you say, whether I get the salary or not, I am going to continue working every day? Will you keep going there daily?
But that it has already been decided that you have to do it.
No, but this is worth understanding.
And you will do it for this period of time, and thereafter it will finish. The Lord has said, you do it, then it will be finished.
What the Lord is trying to convey is, don't expect the result. Which means, suppose you go to the market to buy mangoes and you say, I am just going to the market. I don't know why I am going, I am just going. It should not be like that. You should go with the purpose of buying mangoes and then buy them. But if the mangoes turn out to be sour or rotten, at that time don't have attachment or abhorrence. That is what the Lord is trying to say. After finishing the work, whatever result comes, don't have attachment or abhorrence for it. What our people do is, they bicker. These people cheated us, they snatched our money, they are cheating us by selling rotten goods. To have this kind of attachment and abhorrence is what the Lord has forbidden. You should do the karma, but when you get the result of that karma, you should not have attachment and abhorrence towards it. People interpret it as, continue to do the work without expecting the result. Hey, will anyone work at a job without expecting a salary?
We are not the doer of karma at all, because it is already decided that it is purely going to happen in this way. Then what are we doing?
It is not decided like that. If it was decided like that, and if one has that much faith in God, then he should drive a car with his eyes closed. Whatever is going to happen will happen.
Whatever you said, according to that.
Both are contradictory to each other.
According to what you said, my son was driving the car, and the GPS notified us to which turns to take. Ultimately, I said, the last turn will be such that we will reach the ocean. And truly, we were able to come to you. Therefore, if we want to live life like this, is that correct or not? Or guide us on how to live life?
What is it like? We can say whatever has happened is correct after it has happened. We cannot say this before it has happened.
Can we think about it like this and live our life or not?
No, we cannot live like this. It is all contradictory. If your son is sick, then you don't say if he is going to live, then he will live, and if he is going to die, then he will die.
That too, God will tell us, you take him to this doctor, and then we take him to the doctor.
If God is saying so, then some people abuse their parents.
That is different, okay?
Who is making that happen? No, if we want to understand, then we should understand it correctly. Some people drink alcohol, beat their wives, and take their jewelry. Why is God making them do that? We don't have the answer here as to why did this happen. If God is making this happen, then there are epidemics, and the number of HIV patients has increased. Who is making that happen? Therefore, this is contradictory. It should not be contradictory. If any kind of knowledge is contradictory, then it can't be helpful. It should be without any contradiction. We will finish 2 to 3 questions. Bharat Gadvi and then Purshuram Patel. Go ahead.
Pujyashree, my question is, if someone gives 100,000 rupees to charity, then how much merit karma is bound in that? And what if he uses the same 100,000 rupees in feeding 500 to 2,000 children? The merit karma of this and the merit karma of giving to charity in the temple, some people say that we should serve water, we should construct water huts, serve food to the hungry people, then we will bind more merit karma. How does it work?
Actually, it is different.
Yes.
First is the charity of food. If you feed someone, then he can live for 2 to 3 days. So that is considered as one kind of charity.
Yes.
Then the charity of medicine is higher than that. If you do the charity of medicine, then a person would live for 2 to 5 years, wouldn't he? Therefore, the charity of medicine can be considered higher than food, right?
Okay.
The charity of medicine is considered higher than the charity of food. There is a third kind of charity higher than these two, which is known as charity of knowledge. A person will be able to run his household for his entire life, and he will be able to live peacefully. The charity higher than that is Jnandan. Jnan means if one attains the knowledge of the self, then his life after life will improve. Additionally, giving to a charity in a temple falls under the category of Jnandan. It's because if one does the devotional viewing of God, then he will sow the seeds of good intentions, and his next life will improve. That is why Jnandan is considered higher than the charity of food. However, whatever one is able to do at that time, that is correct. We don't have to carry a burden such as, charity of food is wrong and we should only do Jnandan. We neither want to do any kind of argument nor get into any kind of insistence. Whatever one was able to do naturally, that is good. However, these are the types of charity. Charity of food, charity of medicine. Higher than these is Jnandan, and the highest of all is Abhaydan. It is not to hurt anyone through the mind, speech and body. Abhaydan is the ultimate one. God has arranged these 4 types of charity. Do you understand?
Jai Sachidanand.
Then Parshuram Patel.
Jai Sachidanand. In the prayer of Lord Simandar Swami, there is one sentence, "Let there be total acceptance and devotion in my heart towards any living being of this world."
Let me not have any unfair criticism or opposition of any kind towards any living being of this world, and let there be total acceptance and devotion in my heart towards all self-realized beings of this world. There are two words, Aradhna and Viradhna. Aradhna means to follow, and Viradhna means to go against it. Viradhna is the opposite of Aradhna. Let there be total acceptance and devotion in my heart towards all self-realized beings of this world. Aradhna means, as we say in the Charan Vidhi, I repeatedly offer my obeisance throughout time, past, present and future, to all auspicious self-realized Mahatmas and ask for this. May their highest virtues and attributes arise within me and fill me with energy, fill me with energy, fill me with energy. That is considered an Aradhak Bhav. Let me not have any unfair criticism or opposition of any kind towards any living being of this world. What does Viradhak Bhav mean? These political leaders are a fraud. They are taking the country in the wrong direction, etc. To do negative intents for everyone is considered a Viradhak Bhav. Therefore, we want to keep an Aviradhak Bhav, which means whatever they are doing, I don't want to see any negatives in that. Moreover, I want to see the positives in these people. I want to keep an Aradhak Bhav for these people. Otherwise, there is so much negative going on in this world, isn't there? They say, the police officer raped the woman instead of protecting her. When we hear this, we hurl so many abuses at the police officer. Hey, was it his duty to protect her or abuse her like this? When this thing happens, that is considered a Viradhak Bhav. To feel negativity towards anyone, all that is considered a Viradhak Bhav.
At that time, does a new seed get sown?
Yes, the seed definitely gets sown in the state of ignorance of the self. However, we are doing the intent, let me not have any unfair criticism or opposition towards any living being of this world. I don't want to see negatives in anyone at all. The world is flawless from the Gnani's perspective. Then whose fault should we find? We don't want to find any fault, even if the other person is doing wrong. Let me not have any unfair criticism or opposition of any kind towards any living being of this world, and let there be total acceptance and devotion in my heart towards all the Gnanis of this world, total acceptance and devotion in my heart towards Mahatmas. May all your highest attributes arise within me. Each and every Mahatma has recognized Dada and this Gnan in some high form or another. Therefore, I want to have an intent of worship towards everyone. Aradhna means to climb the stairs, to follow, whereas Viradhna means to come down the stairs. What will happen if we cut the ladder? We will fall down. That is considered as Viradhak Bhav. Even if a person is stealing, there is a soul within him. His unfolding karma is making him steal. Today he may be repenting within. We say, he is a thief, beat him up. When we say so, we bind demerit karma. This is because the thief was repenting within. Say, when Fal 1 gets angry, you feel repentance within, don't you? If people say, he is getting very angry, then they are making a mistake, aren't they? You are no longer angry within, you are repenting. Similarly, every living being can be seen doing wrong things. A newspaper may report, a wife and her lover killed the husband. Then we feel, these women are so bad, we abuse them. Now, that woman may be repenting or whatever she may be doing, but we don't have any right to do negative intents towards her. The poor fellow's karma has been bound in the past life, and it is unfolding in this life. Whom will you consider an offender in the unfolding of karma? Say a person ends up vomiting, then how can he be considered as an offender? He was an offender while eating. He had done the karma in the past life. The result came in this life. Therefore, don't get into having a Viradhak Bhav for anyone. Keep an Aviradhak Bhav. Keep an Aradhak Bhav in this way. The Mahatmas have progressed in Gnan so nicely. May I also have such Jagriti or awakened awareness. We progress further by doing such an Aradhak Bhav.
We have used the phrase, all living beings, and in the next line, we have used all self-realized beings.
Yes, we have indeed divided it into two parts, the living beings of the entire world and the self-realized beings. There are two divisions, right?
In reference to all living beings, does it mean only human beings or any living being?
It is okay to consider any living being, but the majority of the time, if a crow steals a loaf of bread and eats it, then we don't object. If a puppy steals the bread and eats it, then do we grumble over it? We aren't even bothered about it. If two dogs happen to fight with each other in the street for the bread, then we don't even notice it. This one is good and that one is bad. Whereas here, if a person does something wrong, then we end up speaking very negatively about him. He is like this and like that. He doesn't have any sense. He is like a donkey. We end up speaking like this. Therefore, we end up doing a lot of viradak bhav for human beings. So Dada says, stop here and turn back. For example, a leopard may be eating so many deer. We neither notice it, nor do we have any attachment or abhorrence towards it. He is doing good and he is doing bad. Moreover, they are not in a sense of doership either. It keeps happening due to the prakriti or non-self complex. Otherwise, there is no intention of the ego at all. Whereas here, one does egoism even if he saves an ant, and does egoism even if he kills a cockroach. And for that ego, we feel abhorrence. You are causing this kind of damage. We feel a viradak bhav for that. We don't want to do such a viradak bhav. Therefore, the phrase all living beings includes the living beings of the world, but mostly it applies to human beings.
My second question is, if someone has expectations for us and we don't have the capability, but we have the intent within, we're not able to do according to the intent, but we have the intense desire to do it and fulfill the expectations by any means. Then, is that our ego, or is it the tuber of pride? Or is it because we are going to get something out of it, or is it the tuber of greed?
Both parts are different. Whatever you are doing on the outside is different, and the intention within is different. You need to check the intention. If the intention is not good, then do pratikaman for it. Here there are two parts. First, you have the heartfelt intent. I want to fulfill the other person's expectations. Now, if you're not able to fulfill them, then you don't need to feel unhappy about it. Instead, pray, the other person has such a desire, may it get fulfilled, through me or through someone else, but he should be satisfied. O pure soul within the other person, may his desire be fulfilled. Do such an intention and pray for 15 minutes. That is the ultimate. Whether you are able to do it or not, you still applied the solution for healing the other person's misery. It is because of the circumstances that you are not able to do it, because the other person needs to have a karmic account to get it fulfilled through you. Therefore, if it doesn't get fulfilled, then keep the intent. If not today, then tomorrow, but it will be good if it is done through file 1.
But if it is our intention, and if we feel, today I am not able to do it for some reason, but I will be able to do it in the near future, I will find a solution for today, and I will be able to fulfill the expectation in the near future. So should I do such a thing or not?
See what happens. Keep the intention. Tell file 1. Keep the intention and see what happens. Because both have karmic accounts with each other. Our ultimate intention is, may the other person's misery be healed through me or through someone else, but may it be healed. Therefore, our prayer is considered the ultimate thing. Due to that, the negative evidences break and we get positive evidences. When positive evidences come together, we get a positive result. Do you understand? Now, the second part which you mentioned is it my pride behind it, or is it the ego or an inclination of taking benefit? That is today's lack of understanding, which is considered your weakness. If it arises, then do pratikaman and wash it off. I don't want to take pride in that. I don't want to take any benefit. May the other person's desire be fulfilled through any instrumental doer. My intention is this much. That's it. If there is some intent of kashai happening within, then do pratikaman for it. It can be done like that.